What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Marvel MMO that has been canceled. Actually, very disappointing news. This was something I was personally looking forward to, and it was canceled 6 months after it was originally announced. Now, this would have basically been the DC Universe equivalent. Now, not everybody loves DC Universe Online. I can tell you, I haven't played it enough, I think, to form like a super hardcore fan opinion on it, of like, the intimate details of it and what really is flawed and what isn't. On the surface level, I really enjoyed the game. I did. And I think that something like a Marvel game now, when I'm a little bit, I'm able to play games more, I think I would get further into them. I would do it. I mean, I would be excited for it. And again, basically, the idea is the game was canceled after a reevaluation of the development risk profile, size of investment, and long-term product portfolio strategy for the group. And then IGN says, put simply, the MMO would be too expensive and unable to guarantee a certain amount of money in return, so they don't see it, as a viable, something that they should do. Again, that sucks. That really sucks. Now, my question actually is why? I think, I would say this. Marvel is not at the same level that it's at with Phase 3, with, ending it with Infinity War and Endgame. I would say Marvel is on, like, the downward parts of it, doing Disney Plus. And I like some of the Disney Plus shows. The movies have been very, very, very spotty so far. So you could argue that there is less. And why am I bringing in the movies? Well, if you want a game to last 5, 6, 7 years, let's say, right? And you're using Marvel, so you're going to be using these characters. You're going to really, I guess, boil down. You're relying on people to stay active with the brand. You're relying on people to stay active with watching Marvel. And if you don't think that and by the way, this is just a theory. There is another part to this that I'll get, which is like their problem, which I'll talk about in a second. But I do think the idea could be, part of it is that maybe they don't see long-term success for the idea of Marvel, or they don't see, they don't see the grab enough to warrant them doing it. Now, the other side, like, not to put so much on like Kevin Feige and Marvel brass, the other thing is them themselves, right? I mean, I think there was a like an economic report of of their finances. I don't think they're doing all that well. I'm pretty sure that was kind of boiled down what we have learned. So another very easy thing to kind of say, right, would just be this game would be so expensive. This, again, not only do you have to build it, so you have to take many years. It probably would take 2, 3, 4 years to get the thing going. So it releases, say, 2, 3 years from now. And then again, the game lasts for, let's even just say, 5 years. And in that time, so that's 8 years, you're paying all these people, you're paying for the servers, all this stuff. I mean, that's an enormous amount of money. And if you don't get that back, I mean, that's so much money lost, you'd be screwed. So again, not to put too much on the idea of where people are with their love of the Marvel brand, but you also have the game developers themselves that I don't think are in the greatest spot to do something like this. Now, with that being said, though, it kind of sucks because it's like, this is this is the DC Universe Online equivalent, considering it literally is. It's just with Marvel. So, like, if you can't do something like this, then, like, what would you, like, if you did a Lord of the Rings MMO, like, wouldn't that still be expensive? If you did a Pirates of the Caribbean, let's say I get my dream wish, right? If you did that, wouldn't that be too expensive? So aren't you kind of saying that you can't do anything like this, which means, like, what are you supposed to do in the future? So it's actually kind of interesting to me. If nothing else, what do they work on? Like, now that it's canceled, do they, I doubt, or I hope they don't fire them, right? So it's like, okay, well, you keep them. Well, what do you work on? Because it can't be a large scale unless, again, it really all comes down to how much they believe people like the brand of Marvel. If that's it, maybe they don't have confidence in that, then maybe they can do a different, a medium or like a property. Maybe if that's the only issue, maybe they can do other stuff. If it's an issue with them, then it's like, well, then can you not make MMOs anymore? Because, like, that's kind of your thing, and now you can't do it. So what are you supposed to work on now? So it's interesting, and again, it sucks because I really would have played this. Again, like, I did play DC Universe Online, but it wasn't, I didn't sink in hundreds of hours like I'm sure some people did. It was just during an era of my life where I played games for a few hours and I jumped out of them. I actually played DC Universe Online more than a few hours, but that was my general thing. for now, I can, I'm more able to do it. So I was excited because I think I would have been able to sink in a lot of hours, play it with you guys. I mean, I was pumped. So it is disappointing. This is actually disappointing to me. Let me know what you think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on the next video.